you start practicing consistently, you start noticing, oh, hey, would you check that out? I'm a little bit more attentive when I'm with my loved ones, or I can hold for just a second or two longer. There's something that you notice, changes that occur beyond your what happens on your mat. And part of what we like to do is take some time to go and get to practice more than just the asana that we do on our mat, but also the meditation styles that are here, and also some inquiry work, which is self-discovery work. So if you're interested, we can chat after class or check it out online. Let's move. Child's pose. Toes together, knees out wide, fingertips to the top of your mat. Breathe. Take a long, deep inhale. Hold it. Let it go. All the way empty until there's nothing left. Hold at the bottom. On your next inhale, fill up again once more. Pause. And let the breath go. Keep cycling your breath like this, paying attention to the pauses between your inhales and between your exhales. One more time, take a breath in and out. On your next inhale, we're going to come up onto all fours. So today what we're going to do is start out with a little stretch. Leave your left hand on the floor. On your next inhale, bring your right hand all the way up towards the ceiling. We're looking to get all the twist out that you can here. So on your exhale, see if you can wring all the air out and twist a little bit deeper. 2 more times. In. Exhale and twist. Let's go 1 more breath. Exhale, and this time we're going to drop this right hand under the left and let your ear come down onto the mat. Now, as you're breathing here, pay attention to your right side body and breathing into the ribs on the back right half side. Stay for a breath in and out. Last time. Before we switch, on your next inhale, come back up onto all fours. Swap sides. Inhale, left hand all the way up to the ceiling. Get the full twist here. You want to check that your whole rib cage is rotating with you. 1 more breath. Tuck the hand under to thread the needle, letting your left ear come down onto the mat this time. Now, Suzette's got the next upgrade for this pose, which could be lifting your right hand off the floor and interlacing it with your left and pressing out towards the side. This is just going to add another little bit of stretch to the pose. Let's go. 1 more big breath here. Your next inhale, come up onto all fours. From here, I want you to check out this spot between your shoulder blades. Some of us that have been practicing lately might have noticed that we've got a particular focus on that. So the spot between your shoulder blades, on your inhale, press that straight up to the ceiling. I want you to check out that your pointer fingers are pressing down into the floor. And as you press, what you might notice is that the pit of your belly is hugging up as well. That's it. Think about pressing that spot up. 1 more breath. Exhale, and now drop your chest down towards the mat. You can also think about it like your arm bones becoming longer and reaching up towards the ceiling, pressing the center of your spine straight down. Each exhale becomes this new opportunity to get a little bit more depth here. Stay for 1 more breath. On your inhale, come back up, thoracic spine towards the ceiling. And now as we press down, we're actually going to lift our knees up off of the mat, just 1 inch. Stay here and breathe. The deeper you breathe, the easier this gets. Stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Let's do a reset. Drop your chest down. Come back to neutral. And we'll rise up again one more time. Thoracic spine towards the ceiling and lift your knees up off of the mat. Now we're going to add a little bit more spice to this. Take your right foot, tap it off of the mat, and then bring it back. Left foot taps, bring it back. You want to check that your pelvis is staying level all throughout this. Keep going, tap it back and forth for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Press through here, 2, and 1. Okay, knees down. Take a little reset breath. Are you guys ready for the last variation of this? And then we're going to move on. So here it is. On your next inhale, press down through your pointer fingers and lift up. Now we're going to add some twists. So right foot taps to the left side, bring it back. Left foot taps to the right side, bring it back. Look for light taps with your toes, just barely letting them rest on the ground. Back and forth for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. How's that gonna go? All right, that's it. Take your breath in, sigh it out. One more time. Inhale, exhale, feet to hands. Halfway lift when you get here. Breath in, forward fold. Inhale, ragdoll. Letting your head drop down, leaning all the way. As you breathe in, slowly roll up to stand. When you get there, we'll take extended mountain fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. Hands to heart center. We'll open class with 1 Om. So take a breath in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog on the breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale. 2 breaths here. In, out. Once more. Inhale. Exhale, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain in as you reach up. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Fill up all the way with your inhale. All the way exhale. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend your knees. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Breathe in as you reach. Breathe out. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. In and out. Press through your pointer fingers. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Last one. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. See if you can create some new space from your pointer fingers all the way back to your sits bones. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, cactus arms, shoulders back, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right side warrior one. Right foot comes all the way up. Let's go for the cactus arms here too. Stay for just a moment, getting low into the lunge, turning both of your hips towards the front of the mat, elbows bent. On your next exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left side warrior one. Stick low in the lunge. Bring your shoulder blades back until you can feel a stretch all the way across your chest from elbow to elbow. That's it. Bring it 1 inch lower into the front lunge. Breathe in. Chaturanga, hands back down to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Sigh it out. Now we're going to flow. Breathe in. Exhale. Let's move. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Inhale. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Inhale as you reach up. Chaturanga, right back down to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior one. Yes, step through the big foot. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. See if you can create more space on your mat, going either wider with the foundation or longer with the foundation of the pose. See if there's something new to check out here. All right. Breath in and out. Move. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Up dog. Down dog. Left side warrior one. Even lower this time. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Sigh. That's it. One more time. In. Sigh. Feet to hands. This will be our last sun B. So halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Use your eyes. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Right side warrior one. This is it. See one spot. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior one. Drishti to the ceiling. Chaturanga. Move through. Up dog. Into downward facing dog. Yes. From here, right leg up into the air. Bend your top knee and then open your hip towards the side of the mat. See, melt your right fingers down to create a little bit more space as you lift up. You can stay here or flip dog. Okay, you've got this, Mike. No worries. Press down through both heels. Now see one spot. It's your drishti. It's where you're putting your attention and your intention in this pose. Now spread your fingertips and reach your right hand towards that point, no matter where it is. Yes, you have this, Greg. Last breath here. Flip it over, high plank, side plank. So right hand down. Now this time I'm going to ask you to bring your right foot into your chest. So, yep, bottom leg is hugging in. Now, you can choose to stay here or bring your top hand, and you're just going to press down against this knee. I got you, Jill. Here you go. Lifting up into my hand. Ooh, good job. Here we go. 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, hands down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Yeah, take this sigh when you need it. Now we're going to go left leg into the air. Check it out. Like, this is supposed to be a good stretch point. So bend your top knee and open your hip. There's a lot of hard work that we do in this practice, but wherever we're balancing effort, we make the space to balance ease. So check it out here. Bring ease. Now we're going to flip it over and bring effort. Here we go. Fingertips spread on your left hand. I want you to bring so much aliveness to this pose that you can actually feel every single one of your fingertips on this left hand. Here it is. You're going to stay stretching out for 3. Yes, you've got this, Alberto. 2. Last breath. Flip it over. High plank. Side plank. Yep, so left hand down, right hand up. Nicely done. Now this bottom knee. Try hugging it up into your chest. Yes, just like that. Okay, good stuff. Now take your top hand and press it down against this knee. Oh, yes, just like that. Side body working. 5, 4. You have this. 3, 2. Hands down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. So I missed some of you guys with the assisting chip earlier. It's now beside your mat. Yes, side up for assist. No, side down. Right side, crescent lunge. I love the work of crescent lunge because this is definitely a pose where you're bringing all the stira, lots of effort. Bring your feet wide and let's go fingertips straight up to the ceiling. So this is a pose where you can really get to feeling alive. Press your back toes into the mat, almost like you're trying to push the mat away from you. That's the same amount of energy that you got to take from your back heel all the way up to your fingers. It's this point-to-point stretch of waking up your body. One more breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Yeah, there we go. Now let's go open arms today. I'm loving that energy. Now we're going to bring some twist into this pose. Soften out your thoracic spine to let your chest twist. Yeah, that's it, Greg. 2 breaths here. Nicely done. One more. And on your next inhale, we're going to rise up, take crescent lunge, and into warrior 2. Now, Suzette has the best mat for this. I am, by the way, super biased because I also practice on this mat. So here, bring your front foot over onto the center line. And if my yogis can't quite find that on your mat, you can also use the edge of the mat. Now bring your back foot onto the center line as well. Check it out. So you're drawing one straight line from one edge of this pose to the other. Now try it a little bit lower. Oh yeah, you've got space. All right, one more inch. Come here. Extended side angle. Good job. Now this left hand, create a point-to-point stretch. Press your back toes into the mat and reach forwards through the top hand until you can get that your whole body is connected here. You have this. Let's go. One more breath. How about that? In, out. Bring both hands down. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Roll those shoulders back. Downward facing dog. Left side crescent lunge. Straight into the work. So this is really how I know I'm pressing to the edge of a pose. It's when you have to breathe. Bring your back heel up off of the mat. Now toes press back. You want your heels stacked right over top. So come a little bit lower into this lunge. Yeah, you've got some space there. Now support with your low belly so you can reach your fingertips all the way up. 3 breaths. 2 more. Last one in. Hands together on the exhale and twist to the left. Oh yes, big twist here. Hands closed or open. Softening between your shoulder blades so that you can create all this twist. Good job. 2 breaths here, Nancy. One more time. On your next inhale, rise all the way up to crescent lunge and into warrior 2. Now, warrior 2, how does this pose look for you? Nancy, you can actually bring your front foot out 1 more inch. Yeah, just like that. So if you really want to know if you're doing the work of warrior 2, here's how you figure that out. Whoop, come so low into the lunge that you've got a 90-degree angle, AKA could spot your block right behind your front knee. There we go. We're going to breathe here 3 times. You've got this, Jill. 2 more. Last one in. Extended side angle on the breath out. Now you can do whatever you need here, but make sure that you're planting your back toes into the mat. It's going to make all of the difference. Here, stretch your hand forwards, almost like you're going to give a high five up in front of you. Yes, just like that. So now you've got the stretch from your back toe all the way up to these fingertips. Let's go. Last breath in. Hands to the ground, chaturanga. Yes, all of the sides. Upward facing dog into downward facing dog. Take your breath in. Let it go. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. That's it. Now bring your hands to heart center. Check out your knees, that both of them are in line, and twist to the right. Nicely done. Keep checking it out. Both of your knees twisting at the same time. Now, I always like to do this just like this. So bend your knees until you've got both of them sitting there. Oh yeah, Greg, here we go. 2 more breaths. You have this. 1 more breath. You've got it. On your inhale, take chair pose. Fold. Good job. Bring your feet wide on your mat and tuck your pointer fingers around your big toe. Let your head hang all the way down. You can shake your head yes and no. If your breath has gotten away from you, it started running like a freight train or a snowball down a hill, let yourself pay attention to your exhales, making them just as long and as steady as your inhales. Let's take chair pose, round 2. Feet back together, hips width distance. Chair pose. Check it out. Both of your knees lining up. One at a straight line to the other. From here, hands to heart center. Twist to the left this time. You can choose to open up your hands or leave them at heart center. Whatever it is, hips stay lower than your heart here. That's it. Mike, can you sit down 1 more inch? Oh, yeah. Bring in your chest high. Here we go. Last one in and out. Breathe in, rise up, chair pose. Fold. Feet wide on the mat, palms under your toes, and let your head hang down. You can shake your head yes and no here. It's one of my favorites. Also why you always hear me cue it in class. crow, or any variation that you prefer on that particular pose. Hands out wide on your mat. That's it. Shoulders rolling back in goddess squat or malasana. Here we go for 5, 4. Drishti set. 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Breathe in. Down dog. Exhale. Take an inhale. All that air out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. And fold. On your inhale, let's roll up to standing, and we'll take right side eagle. So that means right arm wraps under and right leg wraps over top. Let your drishti be set to one point that's not going to move. On your next inhale, step out, arms reach up, left side, left arm under, left leg wraps over. Now, it always takes somebody cueing me to actually do this, but sit 1 inch lower into your bottom knee. That softness is actually going to give you the ability to wiggle here, to bend and not break. On your next inhale, we're going to reach up, right side, right arm under, right leg over. This opening pose, eagle, the first set of our balancing poses, is going to get you set up for the rest of your practice. So what do you need to put in right here to get the best practice out? On your next inhale, step out, left arm under, left leg over. Think about pressing the ball mount, so the knuckle of your big toe down into the mat. Let that be the anchor for this pose, pressing it so hard that you can feel all of the muscles up the inside of your standing leg. Yes, on your inhale, step out. Now you can choose, you can choose whichever way you want to do this. You can grab either your knee or you can reach for your toes. If you'd like to try reaching for your toes but can't quite reach it yet, a strap is always a great tool to have here. Yeah, Greg has the right idea here. Hug your front ribs into center. And then hug your low belly up and in. That's the support system for all these poses. Bring your leg out to the right, eyes over your left shoulder. Reach out through your left hand. It's going to bring a little bit more balance to this pose. On your next breath, eyes and legs back to center. Press straight back into airplane. Nice job. Roll your shoulders back here. Create your up dog chest. So you're lifting it just a little bit higher. Chest spread wide. Half moon. You're going to go left hand down, right hand up towards the ceiling. Now, I love lately playing with trying to pick my bottom hand up off the mat. See if you can balance there like that for maybe 1 second, 1 heartbeat. Just trying it out. Seeing if you can pick that bottom hand up. All right, forward fold. Both feet down to the mat. You can sway right to left. It's the best way to release the sides of your hips so that when you roll up to standing on your next inhale, you'll be ready to go for the left side. So we're going to reach left knee or left toes. Soften your bottom knee. Bring bend to it. From here, legs out to the left, eyes over your right shoulder. Check out that you have energy going through your knee all the way out to this right hand. Eyes and legs are going to go back to center and take airplane. press long on your mat from your heel all the way through the crown of your head. Create lift and length. Half moon, right hand down, left hand up to the ceiling this time. Checking out that you've got all the space, and maybe you can start picking those right fingertips up off of the mat or up off of your block. Here you go for 5, 4, check it out, 3, 2, 1, fold. Let's inhale and roll all the way up to standing. We're gonna take dancer. So bring your right hand back, soft part of your elbow faces out, and then you're going to grab the inside of your ankle. Don't move quite yet. So once you've got, sorry, you can grab your ankle. So once you've got your ankle, reach your left hand to the ceiling, and now press your right knee down. So what I want you to get is that there's a stretch from your left hand all the way down through your right knee. You want to maintain this stretch all throughout the pose. Now see if you can add a little bit of tilt. Only so much as you can keep that stretch from one side of your body to the other. If you find that you can no longer feel the stretch, come out of the pose a little bit and then try coming back into it. That's it. Good job. Now we'll switch sides. So we're going to windmill our hands the other way. Soft part of your elbow faces out. Good job. Grab the inside of your ankle. Stretch. You want to create this up and down action before you tilt. So get the knee pressing down, right hand reaching up. Now tilt in the bottom leg. Notice that when you stretch from your knee all the way forwards to your hand, this pose gets lighter. Not so heavy. Feet down. All right, shake it out. Now try it out your default way, the way that you've done this pose a million times before. Right hand back, left hand up. Let's go for it. However you want to build this pose, check out the differences from the first set to this second set. How does it feel in your body to press down through your big toe and reach through your hand and your shin? Switch sides. That's it. Left hand back, right hand forwards. Second side, last set of dancer. Here it is. Create the pose that your body needs this morning. Soften your bottom knee just a smidge. All right, hands and feet down. Come to the top of your mat, and we're going to take tree pose. And this is my favorite variation of tree pose. So however you usually do it, foot to the inside of your ankle, your shin, or all the way up at your thigh. You get to choose anywhere but your knee. Now what we're going to do is reach the left hand up to the ceiling and press your right palm against your knee. What we're looking for is center line here. Press back with your hand and press forwards with your knee. Now stretch through your left fingertips. The harder you press, the easier it's going to be to find what we call center line in your body. It's the center of gravity. It's also where all of your muscles are into, essentially. Swap sides. Shake it out, and we'll do the left side. Are you guys feeling that? Could you find center line there? Yes? Okay, good stuff. So left hand down, right hand up this time. Press. That's it. Alberto, try the front of your knee. Yeah, and now press this hand backwards. Yeah, just like that. Good job. Are you feeling center line? Yeah? Okay, good, thanks. One more breath. All right, feet down. All of you guys, let's take extended mountain. Inhale all the way up. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Through to downward facing dog. Right side. Triangle. Yes, right foot coming all the way up and through. Good job, Joe. Looking for all of that extension through both of your side bodies. See if you can create space from your bottom hip all the way up through your bottom armpit. That's your side body. So reach forwards through both of those areas. On your next inhale, let's rise up to standing. We're going to take side facing, wide-legged forward fold. So both feet face the long end and fold all the way down. All right, let's bring your hands right underneath your shoulders today. We're going to go for our little handstand preps here. So if you don't remember how we do these, press your pointer finger down into the mat. You want to make sure that your hands are flat. On your exhales, you're going to roll your weight into your pointer fingers, coming all the way up onto your tiptoes. And on your inhale, bring your heels down. So exhale, rolling all the way up. Inhale, come back down. Just like that. We're going to go back and forth for 10, 9, 8 at your own pace, 7, 6, all the way up onto your big toes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, yogis. You can let your head hang all the way down. Your next inhale, we'll walk our hands over to the front of our mat and take a half or full split variation. So right foot is going to come out in front for a half split, left knee onto the mat. You can choose for a little bit of extra stability to bring a water bottle or some blocks underneath your hands. It's going to give you a little bit more space for options and opportunity here. No matter which version of this pose or whatever your version of this pose looks like, check out that your right foot, oh my gosh, that your right foot is flexed. Pay special attention to pulling your pinky toes back towards your face. I'm going to give you a second block just because I think it's easier to do it with two. And one for you too. Flexing both of your feet. All right, yogis. Last breath here. Get all the depth that you want. Take downward facing dog. From down dog, do one reset breath here. In and out before you take left side triangle. Press down through your big toe into the mat. It's really the opposite of what your foot wants to do here. Now bring some softness to your knee, the front knee. Just that left knee. Breathe. See if you can create space from this big toe all the way up and back through your hip. On your next inhale, we'll rise to standing. We're going to take side facing. Let's take a bind actually this morning. So interlace your fingertips behind your back, feet face the long end of your mat, and fold forwards. If your hands don't quite reach in this pose or you need a little bit more space, we can use a strap or a towel. A t-shirt also works to add a little bit more space in this pose. Here, so I'm going to have you reach for this strap instead, because it's going to let your shoulders come forwards a little bit more. Let your head hang all the way down. Soften at your elbows just a smidge. Stay for one last breath here, letting everything fold forwards. Before you inhale, rise up. And we'll take half split on the other side this time. So left foot forwards, both feet flexed, using your blocks or water bottles. There are a few poses where I'm always like, oh, this is a really awesome pose to be able to do at home just because of the variety of objects that might be around you. And half split or full split is actually one of those. So Jeanette and David, if you're getting a little bit creative with your blocks and props at home, that's always what I'm looking for here. Flex your front foot. Pay attention to your pinky toe pulling back towards your face with as much enthusiasm as what you can muster. Here it is. Downward facing dog. From down dog, take a breath in. Exhale, roll all the way out into your high plank. From here in your high plank, we're going to go for some toe taps. So pressing through your pointer fingers, tap your right foot out, and then bring it back, keeping your hips level. Left foot, right foot, back and forth. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees come down onto the mat real quick. We're going to take one more variation of this because I love it. So here's what we're going to do. Take your block. I've got a water bottle for demoing purposes. And we're going to place it right between your shins. So note here, your shins are a lot easier to do than your ankles. Walk your hands out all the way into your high plank, and you can actually choose to leave your knees down or bring them up, but we're going to leave the tops of our feet on the mat instead of curling our toes under. Here it is, pressing into your high plank. Hug into your block, your water bottle, whatever it is. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8. Press up, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, press into my hand. 4, 3, 2, knees down, 1. All right. Roll all the way out onto your belly. We're going to come to locust pose. You know what? Keep your blocks with you for this one because it also works here in locust pose. So blocks stay between your shins. We're going to come all the way down. Hands out wide. Roll your shoulders back. Lift up for locust pose. Hugging into that block. Here you go. You want to get all of your stomach muscles active here. Pressing into the mat. Keep breathing. 3, 2. Shoulders roll back. Hug. 1. All the way down. You can remove your block and bring one ear onto the mat. Yeah, I think we should go straight up for floor bow. So hands to your outer ankles. There are some people who like to do their inner ankles here, so I guess that's an option. Are you ready? Set. Yogis, go floor bow round 1. Here it is, one side at a time for 5, 4, feet flexed, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Take your knees from one side to the other. And then we're going to switch sides. So bring one hand back or both hands back. Ready? Feet flexed. Press your shins back and lift up. Here we go. Floor bow, round 2 for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. You can knock your shins from side to side. Hands by your low ribs. Let's take up dog. Press down, lift up, shoulders roll back, big inhale all the way up, knees down. Now, let's take camel today. It's a favorite of mine to skip, but here's what we're going to do. Take your block, your water bottle, whatever it is, and sit it between your knees. Okay, the water bottle's not a great option for this. I'm not going to lie to you. Use a block. Now sit that between your knees. And what the block is doing here is actually engaging the front side of your body. So hug into it. I mean that with all of your might until you can feel your core muscles working. Once you've got that, we're going to windmill our hands back to where our back pockets would be. Roll your shoulders back and lift the center of your chest up to the ceiling. You should still be hugging hard enough into your block that you can feel your core muscles working. That's it. This is a heart-opening pose or a big shoulder stretch, or chest stretch. your nervous system might tell you that you need to hit the emergency escape button in this pose, but breathe. There's something to discover here if you can lift up and out. Stay for one more breath. You're going to roll all the way up. Remove your blocks and sit down onto your ankles. What do we think? Should we do a second set of these guys? Do we want to do a wheel today is the real question. We're going to do a vote. Thumbs up or down, wheel pose. How are we feeling about it? Wheel pose. All right, we've got a yes. Nancy voted. This is what we're doing. That means camel round 2. So blocks, set it up. When you bring that block here, what you're doing is using the front side of your body to support bigger back bends. So hug in, lift up, and take camel round 2. We're not going to be here as long. So the chance here, the opportunity is to get your whole body ready for bigger back bends. Use your low belly to support this pose. It's got to lift and hug up. Here it is on your inhale. Roll all the way up. Remove your block. Bridge pose. All the way back onto your spine. Flip it back. Guess what? Blocks aren't going far. You're going to need them. Bring them right back. They're going to sit right above your knees this time, in between your thighs. Yeah, that's it. And let's actually go the one direction wider. So not the skinniest side, but the halfway side. Yeah, just like that. It's going to keep your feet hips width distance. Here we go. I'm actually going to switch this just like that. Now press down, lift up, bridge pose, round 1. We're staying cognizant of our center line here. Hug into this block until you get that same feeling where you're like, okay, this is it. The center line of my body, core, all of that is working and active. Bring your hips down. Now you can remove the block to knock your knees from right to left if that's what you're craving. Second set, press down, lift up, inhale. Here we go, round 2. Feet, hips width distance. Oh, Nancy, you can actually bring your feet in 1 more inch. That's usually not a cue I have to give. Shoulders tuck in underneath. Good job. All right, hips down. Now you get to choose to stay here with bridge pose, or we're going to move up and into wheel. Yogis, are you ready? Set. Press down, lift up, inhale, bridge or wheel. Round 1 of 3 for 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin and come all the way back down. That's it. 1 breath in. Clear it out. Press down, lift up, inhale, bridge or wheel, round 2. Yes, that's it. 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin, come back down. All right. Inhale. Exhale. Press, lift, move. Let's go. Round 3, bridge or wheel. 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin, come back down. Remove your blocks. We're going for Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together. 1 hand on your heart and 1 hand at your belly. Letting your knees drop wide. Take happy baby, hands by the outer edges of your feet. You can add a little rock right to left. Turn this pose into happy baby. Since we've already done quite a bit of ab work today, we're going to go for only 1 more. Here it is. Shins are going to come parallel to the mat. This is the important part. Press your hands against the tops of your knees, not down here at your thighs. That's not really going to do anything, but up here at your knees. Hug in. You should feel your belly button pulled down towards the mat as you press your hands into your knees and your knees into your hands. We're just going to stay for 10, 9, 8. Press as hard as you can. 7, 6, 5. Feet flex. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees into your chest. Rock head to tail 3 times. All the way forwards and all the way back. Let's take right side half pigeon. I love that last abs exercise. Everybody can do it. It seems to always be effective. I've yet to find a day where I wasn't like, oh, yeah, that works. There are a lot of abs exercises that you can escape and opt out of. That one doesn't really have one of those unless you just don't press. Eyes open and breathe. These big hip openers tend to have a lot of feedback. Your body gives you a lot of sensation. This was one of the hardest things for me to learn in yoga. It's okay to be uncomfortable. I really did not like that idea. I didn't like that I was hot. And I didn't like that every pose felt a little bit different. There were challenges in each one, but this one was a particular distaste at the beginning. Let's switch sides. Through to left side, half pigeon. Breathe. Bring your Ujjayi breath to this pose. It's the key to being able to stay. On your inhale, I want you to check it out. Take note of what it feels like to be in your body right now. Maybe that's taking note of where the sensation and the feedback is coming from. Just generally check in with what's real, the things that you can feel right here. That's what you do on your inhales. On your exhale, let that go. So each breath you get to start again. What does my body feel like in this moment? Exhale and let that go. Bring your weight onto your left hip and swing your right leg around. We're going to roll all the way backwards and take a quick tabletop. So fingertips facing your heels. Press down, hips up, let your head drop back. Tabletop or reverse plank. Ooh, Alberto, switch your hands the other way. Yeah, just like that. Head drops. All right, bring your hips down to the floor. And we're going to go for waterfall, shoulder stand, any of the upside down variations. Getting your hips above your heart one last time in class. Oh, you're good, don't worry. Shoulder stands can move to plow. And plow to deaf yogis. Slowly roll all the way down onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Hug your knees into your chest. Let them drop to the left side of your body, eyes over your right shoulder, supine twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and twist all the way out. On your inhale, bring your knees up, let them drop to the right, eyes to the left this time. Twist the opposite direction. Hug your knees up into your chest one final time. Take Shavasana, letting your legs and arms go long with your eyes closed. There's a cold eye towel by the upper right-hand corner of your mat. Please feel free to use it if you'd like. As you breathe, let your breath settle into its natural, steady rhythm with your inhales flowing straight into your exhales. Take an inhale and exhale, letting your whole body settle down. Start to bring movement back, beginning at your fingers and ending at your toes. From here, hug your knees up into your chest and rock onto your right side, placing your forehead on the mat. On your next inhale, let's rise up to a seated position. On your breath in, reach up with both hands. And exhale your hands down to heart center. Set your intention for the rest of your day. You can create it as an I am statement or just one word. I am creative, loving, strong, whatever that happens to be for you. You're going to ohm that into place. One big ohm. Take a breath in. Bring your thumb knuckles up to forehead center. Together, we bow our heads and we say, Namaste. Thanks, yogis. It's good to see you this morning. Thanks for jumping in. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you for coming and practicing with me this morning, whether you're in studio, online at home, or taking this class in the future. Thanks.